Every single day, thousands of container ships cut across the oceans, carrying the weight of a massive trade network, the route between Europe and India. This chart shows Europe's corporate footprint inside India. Nearly 6,000 European companies operate there, generating 6 million jobs. The financial reality: bilateral trade recently hit $136 billion, split between $76 billion in Indian exports and $60 billion in EU imports. Yet these numbers tell only part of the story. Leaders on both sides recognize that the current partnership lags behind the actual demands of the 21st century. That structural gap is exactly what prompted a landmark India-EU summit held roughly 3.5 months ago. Following the talks, EU Ambassador Herve Delphin stated that the agreements reached had elevated the partnership to a totally new level, both strategically and qualitatively. The dynamic has moved past a cautious exchange of goods, marking the official start of what diplomats are now calling the Europe-India moment. The centerpiece of this renewed push is the proposed Free Trade Agreement, or FTA. Within diplomatic circles, this specific negotiation is frequently called the mother of all trade deals due to its complexity and scale. This line chart shows the core ambition of the deal. Rather than maintaining the current baseline, the goal of the FTA is to double the trade value over the next few years. Doubling that economic output anchors the entire strategic partnership. It marks a move from steady maintenance to aggressive mutual expansion. As trade volumes reach $136 billion, the vulnerability of these maritime routes has become a central concern. This has shifted the narrative from simple commerce into a coordinated geopolitical defense strategy. To manage these risks, the summit yielded a comprehensive joint strategic agenda, laying out a specific roadmap for the next 5 years of cooperation. This military parade represents the signing of new security and defense partnership pacts, as well as a mobility framework designed to coordinate regional stability. By locking in mutually assured defense frameworks alongside these trade deals, the two regions have forged a holistic geopolitical alliance. Executing such a complex blueprint requires deep political conviction and mutual trust between leadership. That alignment is visible in Prime Minister Modi's leadership, particularly in his public stance that the current global climate is not an era of war. This is the Berlaymont building in Brussels, the headquarters of an EU built as a peace project, founded to end centuries of continental warfare. Shared democratic values and a commitment to stability act as the critical binding agent that makes this economic and military integration viable. India and the EU have transitioned from a transactional trade dynamic to a strategic partnership. We can see physical proof of this shift in how the highest levels of European leadership are now participating in India's most significant national events. That diplomatic shift was highlighted by European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, seen here, who attended as chief guest at India's Republic Day. This parade in Delhi represents one of India's most significant national events, providing a high-profile stage for these new diplomatic ties. Envoy Delphin summarizes this modern partnership as limitless, ambitious, and progressive. As this 5-year strategic agenda takes effect, the resulting economic boom and defense alignment establishes the India-EU alliance as a primary force shaping the 20th